Yo, what's up? Dingus and Darius here with a review of I Declare War's new song Quiet, coming off their album. What is it? We Are Violent People by Nature. April 15th it comes out. So yeah, let's do this. Let's rock it like a boogie woogie choo choo train. Go.
It's kind of nice hearing music from I Declare War because regardless of them being, a lot of people, anyone who listens to them really say, oh, there's just a lot of breakdowns and stuff. Regardless of that, I still consider them to be one of the flat-out heaviest bands that there is. But, a while back, when I was getting into all this music, whatever, I Declare War is one of the bands I liked a lot, and, now I'm not a fan of a lot of bands I used to like, but I Declare War is still one of those bands that are my favorites. But, it's kind of, it's nice to hear new music from a band that I actually know of and everything. But the first thing I thought of when listening to the song, like right off the bat, up until the slow breakdown in the song, not too long into the song, taking, not the lead part or whatever, it reminded me, the vocal patterns and just kind of the formula of the song itself reminded me of Misery Cloud. I was sitting there, just mouth the words of Misery Cloud, and you can, use the lyrics of Misery Cloud and, fit them into this song, and it sounds kind of like they could belong. They sound very similar in ways, but that started off the song kind of badly for me, because instantly, I'm very picky when it comes to music, and that kind of started off the song badly for me. And then the transition into when they picked it up and everything, I didn't really feel it too well. It was very slow part and then fast part. It just kind of felt like it jumped. But I like the entire middle of the song. I don't know if I can call it a chorus, but it kind of repeats itself. The fast double bass part, all that. I enjoyed that a lot throughout the song when it sped up. A lot of the riffs were very chunky, and the sound of the guitars the entire sound of this band, I guess what I'm trying to say, is it sounds a bit like the self-titled, but it feels like something is different in the guitar. It sounds a bit more, I don't know what it is, but something sounds a little bit more razor thin in it. Not in a bad way. It still it's a fat sounding album. That's pretty much of what I have to say about, the end of the song was, I could say, it wasn't really necessary, but it's a deathcore band. You can't go out to the store and buy ketchup and get mad because there's, it's made out of tomatoes, or there's tomatoes in it. It's kind of like what you would expect. That was stupid. But I'm not really this stupid. I'm very smart, and then I get in front of a camera and I'm stupid. I can't say what I think. Overall, I think the lyrics were very pessimistic, to say the least.
That just puts it nicely.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Tyler might say a little bit more about it. But I like the sound. It's just they picked up exactly where they left off with the self-titled. A lot of new members and everything. I was a bit kind of suspicious of whether it would be as good as it was, or sound, of course it's going to sound in the same league and everything, because they lost Evan, they lost Chris, they lost a lot of the band members that they had, the masterminds behind the album Malevolence. But I think they picked up nicely where they left off, and of course there are parts in the song where you think oh wow, the breakdown at the end, that's so deathcore, but I still enjoy it. I can still listen to it and get, pumped up and pissed off and all that stuff, and well, not really pumped up. I don't really ever get pumped up. Pumped up for me is medium for anyone else. But yeah, I could see myself liking this song. It's not too bad of a song. It's just some parts I can definitely nitpick. I nitpick with any band, regardless of if I like them or not. I can nitpick of any different thing. And it takes a lot for me to really admit that I fully like a song. But I think I like this. I mean, there are definitely parts where it's like, but I'm just that way about things. So, it's not bad. It's not bad.
I Declare War is a very cute band. And I dug their shit. I mean, when I want something that's just absolutely heavy and I really don't care about anything else other than just listening to something that's heavy, this is a great band to put on. I dig the fuck out of Malevolence, and I overplayed that album, I guess you can say. That album is just fantastic, and then their self-titled is really good. But anymore, I haven't really listened to these guys that much, and so I guess you can say I've slightly lost interest in this band, but I still enjoy them. But this song's not terrible. Kind of like Sam said. I think what saved this song to me is the middle section, where there's this really, really cool guitar lead and just this nice chuggy rhythm underneath of it. It just works very, very well. And I just listen to that. I can't help but just bob my head. And that part is just musical love to my ears. But I think the thing that I don't like about this song is the lyrics. I really do feel like they said the same thing over and over again. You human piece of fucking shit, human filth, human waste, fuck everything. I don't know. Yeah, you could write about something like that, but literally, if you watch the video and listen to the song, it's a lyric video, and you follow along and stuff. They literally, I felt like they said the same thing over and over and over and over and over again. And then, at the end, talking about somebody that's dead. They're over this rather unnecessary breakdown at the end. It's just kind of, I don't know. I mean, I feel that they could obviously write better lyrics than this. I feel like they're just still angry teenagers that hate everything, and that's what every song is going to consist of on this record. But I guess I shouldn't judge ahead of time. Maybe it won't be, but I don't know. I just had that feeling. But other than that, it's a heavy song. It's got some really, really nice, a nice guitar tone to it. I Declare War has always had one of the fattest, thickest, just balls out, heaviest guitar tones in deathcore. And that's probably what makes I Declare War the best, is that they are just heavy. They won't wow you with their talent. They won't do blazingly fast solos. They won't blaze it. Maybe they will. I don't know. But, they're just fucking heavy. Whether you don't like this band or not, and someone put them on, you'd be like, wow, that's pretty heavy. And if you don't think that, then you're lying to yourself. But other than that, this isn't a bad song. I am interested in the rest of the album. I will listen to the rest of the album and, give it its fair chance. But I just feel that this song is kind of average, I guess you can say. Especially for these guys, I guess, because there's a lot of good songs off of their self-titled that I would put above this, and I would put, pretty much all of Malevolence above this. But it's not a bad song. Maybe in the context of the album, it'll be a lot better. You never know, because sometimes that happens. But, yeah. That's my 2 cents.
Yeah. I always kind of feel like the first song a band might release is always, like, sort of average. I feel like there are usually better songs on the album.
Yeah.
Songs that I like less on the album. But I always feel like this is one where I guess they think people will generally like it.
Yeah.
I forgot to talk about the, lead and the feeling and the vibe that the song gives. It's actually a pretty creepy, cool, heavy, vibe that you get. And a lot of bands will try to do that, and they'll just kind of fail, and it just sounds like a typical a try, but not a succession.
I mean, the beginning with the lead is the opening guitar lead is just incredible.
Yeah, that kind of
really
wowed
cool.
me.
It kind of reminded me of Putrefaction
Yeah.
of the Population, which that lead's incredible. And then, you know, just the atmosphere that came along with it during that verse was pretty cool. But I do agree with you on that transition. It's just kind of like they had some really cool vibes going, then they're like, oh, I don't know what to do. Two-step riff. You know, put some groovy in there, you know. Because it was just like, you know, like, dun, 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 dun. It was just...
Yeah, like they came off one of the like, I Declare War famous, like snail speed breakdowns that are just completely destructive, and then
they were going 20 miles an hour, and then all of a sudden went 60. It was like, all right, dog.
What's the speed limit?
Speed limit.
What's the rate of acceleration?
Speed limit is 40.
Depends how fast it happens.
Speed limit is your mom. Speed limit's 420. Are you stoked for this album?
I actually am. This is probably one of the last deathcore albums that I will be very into for long, until this band's next album. If, you know, they don't die by then, or, you know, plane crashes into them, or something. They break up. I don't know. But, I mean, Fit for an Autopsy's album was pretty cool, but deathcore just seems to be a dying genre to me. And this band is really one of the very few things that I will listen to from deathcore. I mean, old albums like My Damnation from Chelsea Grin, or some Whitechapel and everything. I don't really consider Whitechapel to be, you know, more so deathcore anymore. They're pretty, you know, out there, progressive and extreme, and they're, you know, doing their own thing. But like for pure deathcore, this is probably one of the last albums that I'm really going to be into. I don't know about them. I mean, the Black Crown, that, regardless, never mind, this is a different band. But, yeah. I don't really know about Suicide Silence, but I just know this is one that I'm very excited for, and maybe they'll have more songs about Carl Sagan and less songs about fecal matter stuff.
I agree. I will be listening to this. Hopefully it'll be better than the new Oceano that came out recently.
It's not new anymore, is it? If it came out recently, it's not new.
But it's the
old.
most recent album.
You fucked in the head, mate. It's not new.
But anyways, in other news,
You fucked.
last thing to leave you with. Oh!
You fucked, mate.
That this album comes
Nah,
out
you
the
fucked.
same day as Amir's Eternal Enemies.
What day is that?
Prepare for awesomeness. Blaze it. Listen to this song.
What day?